We obviously are waiting on more details to come out of that courtroom, but Paul, the picture that we are hearing happened after the verdict was read was really something. Reading it directly from here, as the verdict was read, Ruth appeared to try to stab himself in the neck with a pen before the U.S. Marshals had to restrain him. Your reaction, Paul?
Well, it goes a little bit to what I had said earlier. I hadn't heard that fact yet, but this idea of having something of a martyr complex, they really feel like he wants to stand for something, and he feels so deeply anti-Trump that he is just really willing to do anything. Good on the Marshals for getting a hold of him before he could do himself any major damage. Obviously, that contextualizes now the family reaction. One thing I would mention is that he had access to this $150,000 that I spoke about earlier because he was using family accounts. Now, I don't know that the family was in any way cognizant of what he was going to do, because obviously I think then they would have been charged. But there are still some lingering questions about his movement of money, his movement internationally. I still think that despite the fact this case went how so many of us expected it to, there are still some questions. And just to broaden the canvas, we have to recognize something else. In what's been, a year and a half, we've had Thomas Crooks, Ryan Ruth, though however clownish, represented a real threat to the President of the United States, the future president at the time. We've had Tyler Robinson. We've had the Mangione incident in New York. We have whatever happened in Nashua when somebody stepped into a wedding with a gun and started firing, killed some poor unfortunate. We had somebody shoot up ABC Studios in California, reportedly over the Kimmel decision, the first decision to take him off the air. My point is, we are undeniably in a cascading series of leftist-inspired political violence, and we kid ourselves by ignoring it. If this had been the other way, and I'm sorry to politicize this, but it is political, we would be under a torrent of commentary and law enforcement crackdowns, and at some point you got to call BS. This has to stop, and it doesn't seem to stop, and it doesn't seem like anybody in the legacy media and some of the usual outlets are willing to call it what it is. So at this point, yeah, he's guilty. He represented himself. It was weak. It was silly. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean it wasn't dangerous. This guy was a threat.
You know, they're a tiny fraction of the American populace, but I think that the American populace is big enough that it means that there's a number of people out there who are willing to undertake actions like this. And we saw that with deadly consequences with Charlie Kirk just a week and a half ago.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.